some inspo. So I was thinking of what is it called? Randoseru, something like that. But I need to also show how to do a basic bag, but we're gonna do this one first. So I'm kind of using this for inspo. So just go on to Pinterest for inspo on photos if needed, and then I'm also gonna use this as inspo for the tiara that's gonna go along with the bag, but that's a different video. So if you want to go to edit, then go to preferences and go to get extensions, because you're gonna need this extension that I'm gonna show. You're gonna want extra mesh objects, extra curve objects, and then just make sure that it's checkmarked like this once you actually install it. Then of course have your dummy. Shift A. Oh wait, I don't have my keys. There we go. So Shift A, go to mesh, and then once you install those extensions, it should add all this this extra shit, I think. But I know it does add this. So round cube, go here, and then click all the way to the bottom, rounded cube. And then you just want to take this down just a bit, maybe like 3. Yeah, I'd say maybe 2, 3, or 4. We'll do 4. It's shaded smooth. And then you're gonna just wanna size it down, and this is gonna be like the back of the bag. Just gonna put this here. So the very tip top of this, to make it a little easier, actually no. So at the very tip top of this, you wanna add a cube. Just like to sit at the very top. You don't want to make it too flat, but just a little. It needs to basically just sit like this. Oh, we're gonna do our book. So basically, you can just Shift D, click, move it out, and then just like size it down or however you want to do it. Not make them too tiny. We'll do 3 books. Actually, let's make this a bit skinnier. So now we're going to take this here, and you basically just want to go into X-ray mode, edit mode 1 to go into the vertices. You just want to grab like this entire front half here. You Shift S so it's directly here. Then you want to grab it like this, move it out a bit. You basically just want to curve it down like this. So something like this, basically, and you just want to kind of stop it short here at the bottom. I'll explain why in a second. So basically, you want to take this, bring it down just a bit, and then you want to go into the line mode and just grab the sides. You want to bevel it. So bevel is Control B. I want to kind of yeah, Control B. You can scroll. I guess it's different for everyone. If you scroll up, it'll add more of these. If you scroll down, it'll take them away. So you just want to kind of add a couple more lines to give it that rounded out look. Like this. We have the main portion of the bag. So what you want to do is now I'm just gonna click this middle one. Gonna move the cursor there. I'm just gonna add another rounded cube. I'm gonna get down to time. And before I do anything, I'm just gonna go ahead and hollow it out. So it's a little bit easier to do it like this when they're when there's less vertices, because you don't have to worry about grabbing any of the extra vertices that might be on the cube. We're just gonna grab these, delete, and we have this. I'm gonna take this and we're gonna size it down to fit like a ring around these two here. Or you can do this one as well. It's just honestly up to you or the customer, like if someone's commissioning you, of course. Everyone has their own ways of modeling. There is no right or wrong. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You know, you might do your bag a certain way that works for you. If it comes out the way that it needs to and it abides by the many rules of Roblox, then go for it. So I have this around here now. Just going to just fill it in just a bit like this. That's smooth. And I like my it's not to be so sharp. I like the more rounded out look for some of my things. So we're just gonna round that out a bit. Like this. If you want it to be even more round, of course you can always add a subdivision. But always be mindful of the triangles, of course. So to do like the little I guess the hook for the bag, just gonna move the cursor right back here to the center. It's still gonna be centered here because originally this was a cube that was here, so it actually works in your favor. Shift A. There's two ways you can do this. You can do it with a path, or you can do it with the torus. So with the torus, what you have to do is, torus is very simple, very easy. Just move it down just a bit like this here, the segments. Save time to avoid any extra edge looping. Then you want to do RX90, size it down a bit, right in the center. Just gonna move it up just a bit and stretch it out just a bit. Then you want to go into edit mode. First, And then you're gonna want to cut off, like, you're gonna want to cut off the part that's not gonna show, right? So, and you have your simple one here, or just gonna put that there. You do your path. So we're just gonna cut off the ends. We're gonna take these and bring them in a bit. Bring this up. And just obviously just shape it to how you want your thing to look. I guess with the path it's not as simple. Okay. And we're just gonna go on over here. Just gonna turn that down to 2 for right now. Turn this down to 2 as well. Okay, we're gonna actually turn this back up. Actually we can do 4. And we'll have to do at least 3 on this one, maybe. And convert to mesh. But as you can see, this one's only 176, this one's 300. The vertex difference. And it basically still does the same thing, you know, of course. Actually, let's cut some off first before we make assumptions. Okay, yeah, so it is of course more even, but at the same time they both do the job. So now we're gonna add straps. I personally like to do my straps out of a plane. Everyone is different when they do their straps. I just find it easier to do it with the plane. RX90 again. I'm gonna move it forward. Size it down. And if you watched the tutorial on how to do the dress, it's the same step, the same process and everything. Okay. We have our strap. So now, same process. It's gonna edge loop it a bit. And modifier, solidify. So shade smooth. And you have your strap. Just convert it to a mesh to add everything over your course. Then you mirror it to the dummy to be on the other side, like so. And of course, if you want to add like more stuff to the bag, then that's personally up to you. This is how I do my randoseru. This one might be just a little bit too big, but I think it's fine actually. Could use a little more detail.